The hashtag Justice for Tshegofatso Youth Awareness March to the Roodepoort Police Station will get underway later this morning. 28-year-old Tshegofatso was killed earlier this month and her body found hanging from a tree in a veld in Roodepoort. She was 8 months pregnant at the time of her death. Let's get the very latest now and cross to our reporter Thabiso Sithole, who is attending this march. Thabiso, a very good morning to you. What are you witnessing there this morning?
Good morning, Blaine, and good morning once again to our SABC News channel viewers. Well, Blaine, we're in Roodepoort. Tshegofatso was found hanging from a tree, as you said, in Roodepoort Deep, not too far from this location. It's been a week of pain for South Africa, just days after Tshegofatso's funeral. The week after that, or a couple of days after that, more and more women turned up murdered at the hands of GBV, at the hands of those they love the most. I'll ask my colleague Tabu Madilula to come with me as the protest, or not the protest, rather the remembrance of these women who've come out in their numbers. They're planning to march to the Roodepoort Police Station. Awareness to the plight of women all across South Africa, saying not in our name, justice for Tshegofatso. This needs to stop. These are just some of the placards that they're holding up. This, of course, on the main road through Roodepoort Road, is called Ondaka's Road, trying to bring awareness to the plight of women in the country. And we've seen over the past couple of days, it's been bad and touching, Blaine, if I can put it that way, as a man. As you can see, there's two brothers out here, or three of them as well, trying to say not in our name either as men. The seriousness of GBV in South Africa has been seen throughout the worldwide. I think South Africa is in the top 4 in as far as women dying at the hand of their loved ones. Unfortunately, countries like Honduras top the list, and Lesotho, our neighboring country, make up 5 of the world, or countries rather, in the world where women die at the hand of their men. The stats, as I said earlier to Leanne, I spoke to her on Morning Live this morning, about 2,900 or so women die at the hands of men in South Africa annually. A hard stat, a hard pill to swallow as a man in South Africa, as these women are asking, what have we done, what need we do to stop the scourge of femicide with regards to dying at the hands of women. I'm going to try, maybe, Blaine, if we have time, speak to one or two of the ladies. Ma'am, speak to us. We're live on SABC News. This is what has come to be, unfortunately, the norm in South Africa. Women such as yourselves coming out saying, we're helpless, we need help.
Yes. Protect. Enough is enough. Re tsala yang bana gape le re tsa gape le re bolae lona bontate ba gona re letisetsa bana mo lefatshe re protecteng re khathetse ke ntho gore mosadi ke ene o dula a hlekefetsa ka nako tsotlhe lwana le rona emang ka monto bontate tswaya go dipotong a re go strateng re marche re lwantshe ntoe.
How does government stop the scourge of femicide, Blaine, is the next question. How do we protect women such as these from dying at the hands of their partners? Let me ask this lady, Ma, how do we stop this from happening? It's become the norm in South Africa, a norm that shouldn't happen.
Exactly. I don't know. I am defeated at this point. I don't know what is that needs to happen. But at some point, we need to come together as a community. Ladies, male, female, everyone, we need to come together, stand together, point out the perpetrators, deal with them, let the law take its course, because there's so many cases that justice hasn't prevailed, justice hasn't happened. So we are fighting for this, because it might be me tomorrow, I might be trending because of this. This is not on at all.
Let me speak to some of the gentlemen who are here, Blaine, this morning. Guys, let me bring you in here. You've joined, if I can call it, the sisters, the women of this country. They're crying for justice for Tshegofatso, one of their own. Year in and year out, these things happen. We see marches. Is it enough, though?
I'd like to say we've had enough, and I'd like to represent all the guys out there. And at this time, I really thought we'd have a lot of men actually marching with us, with our sister Tshegofatso. We've known her for many years, and she's always been such a sweet soul. And for somebody to do something like this, it's very, like, it's heartbreaking that these are human beings. Like, never mind her being a woman, but this is a human being we're talking about, and we need to stand together and fight. And me not seeing my brothers out here, it actually hurts me, you know, because I've got sisters, I've got a mother, you know, like this could happen to any one of them. So I feel like it's sad. It's really sad.
Let me bring you in here, my brother, because the question then comes in. We know the perpetrators as men most of the time. We sit like this, but most of the time we say, "Ish, it's not my business. This is my friend. Let him handle it." Are we as men not as guilty as the perpetrator? Us who sit back and say, it's none of my business.
It actually starts with us men. The groups that we have when we're chilling after parties and we discuss females and their faults, and one of the guys would say, "Mina ngayenza so, mina ngayenza so." Nobody ever says, don't. No, that's crazy. We laugh, we entertain it. And then when it happens later on, we on some, he said he'd do this, why are we shocked? Right now we're wearing balaclavas because we are representing men. We are all criminals. We are not supporting our females. It's just 5 of us. It's just women here. Yet we're going to say our women are being raped. Our women are being killed. Where are we when this is happening? Where are we?
We have the right to remain silent.
You wake up for whatever you want to wake up at 6 o'clock for nonsense. You can't be here at 9 o'clock to fight for your lady, for your daughter, for your sister, for your niece, for your aunt, for our grandmothers who should be resting at home. Where are our people?
Well, Blaine, I think it's a clarion call for all men of South Africa to actually stand up somehow. The call has been, it's always the woman at the forefront of all things struggle with. Speaking about Youth Day, it was on this day, 44 years ago, Antoinette Sithole ran beside her brother Hector Peterson, who was shot as the youth of 76 stood up because Afrikaans was going to be introduced as a medium of instruction in African schools. It's once again the women of 2020 this time round standing up at the forefront of fighting the scourge or fighting what is being shoved down their throats, and that's GBV and femicide, and they're saying they wanted to stop playing.
That's right, Thabiso. I mean, we as men need to continue to work on ourselves. It's an ongoing process. We can't give up. Don't let perfection be the enemy of progress. The fight continues. Thabiso Sithole, live for us there. Thank you very much indeed, my friend. We'll come back to him in a short while. Quick break, get you more news next. Stay with us.